Budget 2024, a blueprint for Viksit Bharat. Some announcements have been made and some sectors have been left out. But what all it is about, and to talk better about it, we are with the core team of Finance Ministry, Mr. Nitin Gupta, Chairman Cbdt, and Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Chairman CBIC, joining us. Beginning with Mr. Gupta, sir, first of all, status quo on income tax slabs, clearly disappointment for many. How tough it has been for you, and expectations are rising for the real budget in July.
This is a conscious call, being the interim budget, and therefore the status quo has been maintained. We'll examine all proposals and the aspirations of our taxpayers at the time of the regular budget in June and July this year.
To you, Mr. Agarwal, so for you also the customs duty, most of them, nothing has happened. Yesterday some duty on mobile phone parts were reduced. Again, a tough call and a lot of expectations in the coming July budget.
Yeah, as it is an interim budget, so full exercise has not been done. Regarding the mobile parts, that was already, it was not part of the budgetary exercise because there were certain disputes on classification issues. So to resolve those issues, that rate rationalization exercise has been done, and certain mobile parts which were mainly mechanics or die cut parts. So there were certain disputes regarding that. To resolve those disputes, that rationalization exercise has been done, and the rate has been reduced from 15% to 10%. So that was the reason that notification was issued.
But sir, your hands are full. A lot of notices are going left, right, and center. But as far as these collection through notices and all these are concerned, you think it's going to be in the coming months? How do you see the coming months as far as your sector is concerned?
Yeah. So regarding these notices which have been issued on GST side, these timelines were approaching, and because of that, at the last minute, wherever a demand was to be raised on the basis of a scrutiny or audit or enforcement action, those demand notices have been issued. But I have issued instructions to the field officers that they should examine the representation made by the taxpayer, and only if there is a need, after considering that representation, a show-cause notice has to be issued. Only on those cases, show-cause notices have to be issued so that we can avoid unnecessary litigation.
To you, Mr. Gupta, India's direct tax to GDP ratio has hit 15-year high now in FY23. Income tax payers, they are up also by around 6%. So
9%.
9%. So you think that this also something could have happened in the budget to take it forward, or it's a missed opportunity, or you still say that it's a vote on account, so nothing was...
See, the regime is set. We are using technology. We are servicing the taxpayers, and all these things are paying dividend in terms of larger filing of returns of income, the payment of taxes, the buoyancy in tax collection, and therefore the change in rates and not change in rates is not going to affect the trust which we have developed with the taxpayer and the way we are servicing the taxpayer. So we believe that the buoyancy will continue, and we will keep on serving the taxpayer in a more and more enhanced manner, in a more comfortable manner, so that it can file the return of income, it can be serviced in a better manner.
And also, you think it was a budget which is preparing Indian economy for the bigger challenges, bigger ambition, bigger roadmap as far as the longer picture is concerned?
See, being the interim budget, we have taken little exercise onto that, and but detailed exercise will be taken. We examine thousands of proposals which come from different parts of the country, the different organizations, the ministries, and take a very calibrated, well examined and structured response to those. So I think we will continue with that path.
To you, Mr. Agarwal, on a larger picture, do you think this budget was maybe it's an interval on bigger picture is coming, but on the larger picture, the ambitions we have, the targets we are setting for 2047, they all will be met. On a larger picture, how do you see this today's vote on account?
Yeah, as far as targets, revenue collection targets are concerned, on indirect tax side, the budget estimates have been downwardly revised in revised estimates, because on customs duty side, the collections were impacted by the global demand or restructuring of global supply chains, and import value in India was hugely impacted by reduction in the commodity rates, and in that study which has been released by the Department of Commerce, the merchandise import of India has gone down by 8%. So last year, in first 3 quarters of the financial year, it was 548 billion US dollars, and this year it is in the corresponding period it was just 505 billion dollars. So there is a reduction of 8%. So that has impacted the customs duty collection, and the custom duty collection in the current financial year has gone up by 1.9%. On excise, union excise duty side also, because of less collection on special additional excise duty, which is linked to international crude oil prices. So that was reduced, and because of that there was lesser collection on union excise duties. But on GST side, there is a healthy growth in revenue, and if we compare the revenue of last year average monthly collection of gross GST revenue was 1.49 lakh crores. This year it is 1.66 lakh crores. So there is a growth of 12%. So this is a very healthy growth. So therefore we are confident that on GST side we will achieve the target, and the revised estimates which are there on customs and union excise duty side, that also will be achieved.
To you, Mr. Gupta, nothing has been mentioned about advanced tax estimates, nothing much is there, but you think it's on target as far as this FI is concerned, or what's the update?
Our budget estimate was 18.23 lakh crore for the direct tax side, which has been enhanced to now 19.45 lakh crores, which is a growth of 17% over the last year's collection of 16.61 lakh crores. So we are in blue sky territory. We are achieving newer heights and heights, and for the next year also the growth rate which is pegged right now is 13%. So on a broader base, 13% is actually very good growth. So I think on direct tax side we are achieving very high growth rates.
Fine. On that note, I would like to pass it on to my